Harmless, gorgeous, and hung like a friggin' donkey.
He's in a pod, me and Grealish.
He looks like, what's her name? Keira Knightley and bends it like Beckham. The hairbands on, and the hair. Bring back Neto, I'd say.
Wow.
Hello and welcome to the Therapy Crouch with me, Abbey Clancy.
Me, Peter Crouch.
So, producer Ross forgot the mic stands.
And you were 2 hours late.
You need to stop with this. There was a mix-up.
I've been sitting here for hours.
And there was a mix-up in communication.
Why?
Because Michaela, who does my hair, was supposed to come at 12 and then she said, could she come at 2? So we were supposed to start at 1, but she came at 1. So...
What boring story.
I was actually boring myself then, which is unusual because, as you know, I'd love to be my own best friend.
But on the flip side of that, your hair looks fantastic.
Thanks.
Doesn't it?
Well, it's not really done. I just had to leave it to dry naturally because I was late.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
But you know,
lovely hair.
You know the plus side of not having a mic stand?
What?
We can be closer.
Be closer together.
And touch each other. Because normally I'm...
Please don't.
No, not like that, pervert. Normally I feel like I'm on like the nemesis, like strapped in with the big bar, like separating us, do you know what I mean? Which in recent weeks was okay when we hated each other, but we're in love again. Been in love for quite a few weeks, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, yeah. Except we've got a barrier in bed at the minute. Like with the kids getting in every night now.
I know.
I find I'm sleeping quite deep at the moment as well, and I just wake up and there's
even with that spike coming out the mattress.
Yeah, pain in the arse that.
Yeah,
literally.
we've got a broke mattress. Like one of the springs is like poked through.
Oh, aye.
And it's just had so much usage. You see, they don't last. They don't last these mattresses.
It's a nightmare. Sometimes pokes Ab in the back into the night.
But Pete keeps getting like full scratches like on the back of his legs. You like wake up and there's like blood in the bed. And like, what?
I remember I actually bled one night.
But we've got our new Vice Spring bed coming next week.
A new what?
Vice Spring. It's basically the Rolls Royce of mattresses.
You've told me about this. It's been coming for weeks and I'm still sleeping on a spike.
Yeah.
It's like sleeping in a bramble bush at the minute.
What are you getting, a little memory foam jobby or what?
No, I'm not. I don't dig memory foam.
No.
If you're
Explains a lot.
like how much time you spend in your bed, you know, it's more than like
You're awake.
anywhere. You're always, do you know what I mean? For you, obviously.
You spend half your life in bed.
You do.
This label of me like lying in bed like has got to stop. Like even in Glastonbury, we were still getting up at 8 a.m. Even if we were going to bed at 5 a.m, we were still up at 8 a.m.
We didn't see 5 a.m.
Still up till 8 a.m, you mean?
Yeah, you lot were.
The latest we went to bed was probably 4.
You're getting a bit of a reputation now, Ross, as well, for getting the mic stands, holding these things.
Sorry, it was my assistant.
I think we should fuck him off.
He's on his last strike. That's all I'm going to say.
Family or no family,
Look, straight.
you're not exempt from getting fired, Ross.
Thank God.
So, week's been busy. We're just trying to get, everything done. Summer holidays. We're still getting a lot of work done in the house. So I'm just like desperate to get out of here, get away on holiday.
They're busy as well, like end of term and stuff. It's like sports days and speech days, and there's a lot going on, isn't there, kid-wise?
Yeah.
One though, the boys, really proud of them winning their. It was, they have all the egg races and like
the wheelbarrow race,
wheelbarrows and all that. But they won the running race, which was, I was quite pleased with, really.
They did better than you then.
Yeah. I finished second. It was, I was pleased there was no dad's race this time.
Yeah. You need to what's the word to like?
What do you want to say?
You basically need a rematch. These flies in here, what's all that about?
Oh my God.
It's a dead
Come
rat
out of your
somewhere.
hair.
Come out your ass. Come out your mouth. Yeah, I think you need to redeem yourself with the
I only
dad's
finished
race.
second, and the fellow was absolutely blisteringly quick.
Yeah, but Pete, you're a professional footballer.
Yeah, well, I'm not anymore.
Thank God Sven didn't see that clip. Or bloody
I never
whoever.
relied on my pace.
You would never get signed for another club. Oh my God, imagine if your contract was up at the time of that race and it went viral. you wouldn't have got another football contract after that.
I don't think they look at the dad's race at school
I would.
for contracts signings.
I'd like to see how you get on in the real world. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, what do you mean in real world?
Like, not just on the pitch, like in the real world of, competing.
Competing? I very rarely get beat at things. What? Would I get beat at?
Well, I beat you at Snapples.
It's your level up.
Very rarely. Certainly in this family. You couldn't beat me at any sport.
I beat you at a race.
What race?
A running race.
Running race. Mad.
We've got video evidence of it.
Oh,
I put it on my Instagram like a couple of summers ago.
Well, you could beat me in a running race.
Yeah.
It's just utter dog shit.
Head start or no?
Well, a little bit of a head start.
Oh, here we go.
3 metre.
3 miles.
3 metre head start.
3 metre head start. How far was the race? 5?
5 meters.
No, you're thinking miles.
Oh, no.
My sister gets
Pete's 2
regularly
metres.
I know he is.
So 3 metres. It's not that big of a head start.
I know.
Oh.
My sister regularly beats her husband at table tennis, and that just wouldn't happen to me
How do you know?
because I've seen it happen.
Where?
It's destroyed regularly.
Well,
You couldn't beat me.
I could beat you riding. You get thrown off horses every time.
I
you
do.
go
I'm
near
not very
them,
good at horses, yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I suppose it is a sport, isn't it?
Are you trying? Tell that to Frankie.
No, yeah, that's racing.
Babe.
I reckon I could get on a horse and go quicker than you.
Are you met Pete?
Down to the horse, though, isn't it?
I went down to the gallop. I went. No, it's not. It's how you control it and maneuver it. It's all technique. It's very technical. This horse that I'm riding at the moment. If I don't keep still while I'm on its back or kind of move my legs in a certain way, the horse will do a command because it's so highly trained. Like every part of its body is a different command. So if you put your leg on that part of its body, it'll start doing this move. Or if you've got too much of a tight rein on one side, he thinks and you're in canter, he thinks you're asking him to do a pirouette, and you just sit there. I was like, oh my god, I'm doing a canter pirouette.
Canter pirouette.
As you do.
As you do. Yeah, I don't know how we went on that tangent, but there you go. So it's been a lot of packing going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ab starts the packing so early. We're not going for another few days. And when did you start the packing?
Oh, months ago. The kids have been done for a while, but I'm on 2 suitcases now, which you might not think's a lot. And I know I'm putting stuff in the bag. I know for 1,000,000% I'm not going to wear this, but
is that just in case that you might?
I just want options. I feel like we've been so busy lately, and running around like blue ass flies, and I just feel like I haven't put much effort into myself and the way I look, and feel sorry for you because you're looking at me
And our listeners.
It's been tough.
and our listeners.
It's been tough.
But I just want to feel good and dress up and make an effort instead of throwing the gym stuff on every day. And I want to have a nice relaxing holiday. And we haven't been on a date for ages, have we?
No, but you know what? We can just relax when we're on holiday now.
We were supposed to go to Italy together for 4 days. We couldn't go because of work and childcare. And then we were supposed to go away for the night on our own and couldn't go because of work. So, really looking forward to going on holiday and spending some nice quality time together.
Yeah, agreed.
Phones off.
Agreed. I'm very much up for that.
I'm definitely going to the plate shop this year.
Oh,
This plate shop, I think we talked about it on the very first episode of our podcast.
We did.
The one I even had a wet dream about, a plate wet dream.
Then when I woke her up and she was absolutely fuming, and I said, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What were you dreaming about?" And she said, "Plates. You should have seen these fucking plates. You fucking woke me up."
But I still haven't been to this plate shop, and it's been 3 years, 3 summers, and I haven't been to the plate shop yet. So,
How are you dreaming about it if you've never been?
because my friend Holly's described them to me,
Oh, I see.
and she's got some of these plates, so I can only imagine what's in there. So, I texted today and said, we'll go in the plate shop.
I promise you, on this trip there will be plenty of plating.
I actually don't know what that is, but considering
guess.
all the men in the room are laughing, it must be something sexual. Sexual and perverted.
Couldn't resist that one. Apologies.
What is plating?
I've no idea. We've got loads of listener messages here. One here about the Neto bag. Do you want me to read it out? Neto.
I was worried that no one would know what that was.
Well, I reckon this is a scouser, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Neto bag. Oh my God, the Father's Day podcast. I'm 37 now, and I remember the Neto
whoop,
bag.
whoop. 37 Club.
Bright yellow with the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Little black Scotty
Like a little
dog.
Scotty dog, yeah.
I kept deliberately forgetting my PE kit, just like you, right? When I was in secondary school, I remember one day I was in year 11, I forgot my PE kit again. So they called my mum and dad to drop it off to me. So I stood at the back of the field, and from a distance, I can see the school receptionist walking through the field with a bright yellow Neto bag. I was fuming, and I got home, safe to say, I never forgot my PE kit again. It's like a core memory I cannot forget. Lisa.
It's hilarious. I don't know what was so traumatizing about a Neto bag as a child. What do you think it was, Ross?
It was just Neto had its reputation, and Neto and Quicksave weren't great. And it's the garish colour scheme as well. Bright yellow.
You can spot it a mile off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Neto.
God, was it that bad, was it? So that would have just like killed you. If, obviously, Lisa here, the receptionist is walking across the like
Like with a high
whose
vis in her
bag's
hand.
this? Lisa, I've got your bag. You were like that guy.
Like that. Who's Lisa?
Nah, I consider Neto makes Aldi look like Waitrose as well. It's like, he would die.
Yeah. Bring
Oh,
back Neto, I'd say.
Wow. Do you want to do Italian accent?
Italian accent. Do you want me to do this in an Italian
Well,
accent?
if you'd like to.
Is
yeah.
that like
I'd to.
common Italian accent?
No, it's just that they're talking about. You do it. Do it, and then
okay.
we'll talk after.
I have a nick. When your advert comes on for beer amaretti, I have to skip forward until it's over, eh? Love you both on the podcast, but that's not. But my God, that Italian accent you put on for the ad is major cringe. Please never do that again, haha. Well, this person can fuck off because that was a joke.
Wow.
That was a joke.
Listeners to do one.
That was a joke when we said beer amaretti.
Yeah, basically, it's give her the ick big time.
But do you know what? I get that with the accents and the ick thing because you do it all the time, and I just laugh every time you do it.
But
Like
we do it-
when you're having it, you know, if you're abroad and in a restaurant, people be like, "Ha," and like speaking broken English with an Italian accent.
Yeah.
Like you'll go, I want the pizza, no? The pizza, no, with the fries. Fries? And I'm like, you know football? You like football? Oh, great. That's
Oh my God.
that is how you talk to like
yeah.
waiters and
Well, you know
people
what?
on holiday.
You have to slow it down a little bit, don't you? Like, you couldn't just talk.
Pizza, yeah? Good? Is good? Oh. Dos.
Prego.
No, you don't even say prego, you just go, thank you.
Dang. So
It does
bad,
knock
isn't
me
it?
sick when you do that,
Yeah,
especially
well-
when you do it to English waiters in Italy.
Cheers, P.
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
I do that. Lots of people do that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
want to
it's
go
a
to Rome.
university.
The worst thing's in like football change rooms because obviously you've got every single kind of like culture, every kind of like language, and you just find yourself just talking like that.
So the accent that you do towards foreign people, though, is always the same accent, whether in France, Italy,
It's
Dubai,
universal.
wherever. No, but you would never do like a kind of German accent.
I don't know what it is.
Do you know what I mean? Like even if you were speaking in Germany, you would still do the Italian English. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's probably easier for them to understand just English. I don't know why I do it, but we'll try and stop that. I mean, you know, I think that was
That
a joke.
actually is a bit of a nick, you know. But
When I
do you know what? I've got this thing now where I'm trying to
you
like.
said you had none, and now you've got loads of them.
I know. I'm trying to like turn my icks into like humour instead of like being completely
Your
knocked
X or
sick.
Peter's X?
Pete's icks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, instead of being like completely knocked sick by them.
Yeah.
Instead of wanting to stab you in the eye with a fork.
No,
you
you don't want to get stabbed. You don't want to. I don't want to stab you for an ick.
do not.
No, like
Okay.
an ick's like just cringy, isn't it? But instead of me going, ooh, I just like laugh
It's a bit
instead.
of a shudder. Well, I'll try and address that when I'm ordering in, you know, Italy. I'll just say, "Can I have a pizza, please, mate?" Is that better, or would or is it
No,
is
I
it
think-
more? Is it better for me to go?
A pizza, yeah,
A pizza.
It's good?
Yeah, is that what I do?
with olives. Ham, jambon,
Jambon.
côte de boeuf.
Oh my God.
Literally.
All right, well, that's something I need to address.
No, what we should do.
I'll add that to the list.
No, what we should do is just, get back on the language wagon.
Yeah, but we can't learn together. What we should do is you learn and I'll learn, and then we'll see where we are.
No, because I'll be so much more further ahead
But
than
you genuinely think that, and I
do, yeah.
I genuinely don't think that's to be the case.
Peter Kay.
I think you're all taught.
Peter Kay, did you just say?
I don't think that'll be the case.
I thought you said I didn't think that would be Peter Kay. I love Peter Kay. Where is he?
He's just done a tour, hasn't he?
He's still on it.
Oh my God, I want to go to that.
Ditto.
Pete, if you're listening, hon, give us a few tickets. Got fly literally on your head.
I feel like I'm in the toilets or something. What is going on? This is for these flies.
When has there ever been a fly in our toilet?
No, but just, like the public toilets I'm talking about. You just see
glass
What public toilets do you go to?
Oh, there's loads.
George.
No, I have to do. I go to Hampstead for work, don't I? Just pop in there. Right, story number 3 is Solomon's. Hi, Abbey and Pete. I was listening to the pod on the tube. You were talking about the Solomon walking trainers. I'd never heard of them and started to picture just an ugly trainer. Then, to my astonishment, a young girl, mid to late 20s, jumps on the tube wearing Solomon's and a mini dress.
Oof.
My eyes have never been so horrified. They're the fuggliest shoe. Is that a typo?
No, fucking ugliest.
Ah, right, okay, makes sense. The fuggliest shoe I've
Is that a typo?
No, I was down with the kids there by saying the word typo. And I was so far removed from that I've never even heard of it.
I've never heard you say the word typo
don't
in my
know why.
entire
I
life.
don't know why I said that. That's embarrassing.
Is that a typo?
Typo.
Oh my God, what did you do
that
this?
a typo?
What was that? What did you do this week that I was just laughing at?
What have I done now?
I can't remember. I thought you'd remember.
What were you laughing your head off?
It was a word that you said.
And I've never said it before. I don't know what. I think I'm having a midlife crisis or something.
So do I. Of, Pete's recent purchases.
What?
I'll save it for later.
What have I bought?
But
She can't even breathe. Look.
the whole Gucci collection from Mr. Porter, like so loud, like full Gucci that you'd wear, John, like Gucci, like
Gucci.
just bought himself it all without permission.
Permission. Fully grown man, babe. I can make my purchases. Do you know what I'm going to wear in this summer, right? And you just see the attention I get.
The beds, see the
Chicks
beds
flocking
flock.
around. God, is that Peter Crouch? Or is that...
Is that Gucci model or is that Peter Crouch?
Is that David Candy?
Yeah.
Is that Candy?
God, is that oh, it's Peter Crouch, Gucci, head to toe Gucci.
How cool is that,
Socks
man?
and everything.
I'm going to blow your mind this summer.
I hope
Anyway,
so.
back to the Solomons. They're the fuggliest shoe. That's not a typo, guys. I've ever seen. No one in their right mind should be wearing them. I would disown anyone who has purchased them, let alone wears them in public. That's Chloe, 28 from London. I agree with her. You're being...
I'm partial. They're growing on me, the Solomons.
Oh, God. Being converted.
I think I have. What's your thoughts on them?
They haven't changed. Fanny repellents. Absolutely.
Do you think, what's that, the one that so Pete took the dog for a walk this morning, was like, God, he said, all that fuss over these bloody Solomons, nothing is better than these trainers. What were they? Are they called On? Put these on.
Put these on.
Put your shoes on.
They'll turn you on. They're
So you would
top
say
dog walking trainers.
on over Solomon.
All day.
Solomon's getting so much fucking airtime on our podcast.
Well, we are caning them though.
No,
But
I'm not. I like them. I saw it on Neto Porter. There was a Solomon slip-on, a backless Solomon, and I thought, they could be so cool, like just a little pair of denim shorts, little vest. No.
Backless little Solomon
not
number.
for me. I just think those trainers, like instead of like you've got to wear wellies sometimes when it's wet, but obviously because it's been hot, don't want to wear a big welly. So I wear these trainers and they're waterproof, comfortable.
Although I wore
middle-aged trainers.
Although I wore a heeled welly at Glasgow. But the thing is, I do think it's a thing, like, as you get older. God, the shoes I used to wear and be completely crippled in, and you couldn't even walk on a night out, never mind dance. I've literally put them all in the bin now. It's comfort over anything for me now. Do you agree?
Yeah, well, it's style and comfort. If you can combine them both, if you're on a winning formula.
Solomon's?
Ons.
Let's put that to the audience. Solomon's or Ons?
If we're on the subject of trainers that are controversial in that department, my sustainables. I get a lot of grief still in my lads.
But they called Firebirds or something?
All birds. It's supposed to be sustainable trainers, but I used to wear them to the golf club and I got absolutely ruined.
My dad sent me a picture of him and Sue in them the other day.
They're so comfortable.
Because my dad saw them on you and was like, "Oh, Pete, where'd you get them trainers from?" Bear in mind, my dad bought Pete the Ons, so my dad doesn't got a fucking clue about trainers. Full stop.
They're great though.
And Pete had the sustainables on and he was like, "Oh, Pete, I love them trainers. Where'd you get them?" So Pete, you got me dad and Sue a pair, didn't you?
Yeah. Well,
And now everywhere they go on like a walk and they love to walk. And they always like, you know, they were in Portugal last week and went on a big walk and just sent me both a picture of their feet in their shoes.
they're like air. Honestly, they're like air. But obviously, you're probably the most fashionable person that I've ever met.
Who?
Serge, right? From Kasabian. He was here for the barbecue and he was disgusted. That put me off a bit.
Yeah, but Serge, everything Serge wears is unreal.
That's what I mean. So like that, obviously I thought the sustainable, I thought I was doing my bit for the planet. I thought I was doing a bit for my feet and I thought I looked good doing it. And none of the three were correct.
No. Well, they're good for the planet, aren't
Well,
they?
apparently so, yeah. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they do.
Well, isn't it your friend who owns the company?
But potentially, yeah.
It is. He gifted us them.
They are top notch. Well, like I said, I like them. And I genuinely did like them, but he gave me a bit of stick.
Yeah, but you know what I find cool? People with their own style and are true to their own style. Look at bloody Slash. Do you know what I mean? You know, it doesn't matter. If you like something, you wear it. Don't be a sheep, be a shepherd.
Exactly right. Well, I did. I went out and got me Gucci gear, didn't I? Absolutely getting destroyed for it.
Balling.
You wait.
Absolutely balling. There's me on the Zara sale and Pete's like that. I'm fucking Gucci.
The worst thing is, I think I saw Grealish in it and I thought, that's a bit of me, that.
Oh my God, are you joking? What the hell? Fucking Grealish. He looks like
He's in a pod, me and Grealish.
He looks like what's her name? Keira Knightley and bent it like Beckham. The hairband on. And the hair. It's a double of her. Although she hasn't got calves like his.
He's an incredibly stylish young man.
Oh, that's funny, that.
I've never seen him in a normal outfit.
Well, he's incredibly stylish, that's like me.
I love Grealish, but I've never seen a normal outfit. I've never seen him in anything other than a PE kit, football kit.
Well, you know what? I'm going to put on the therapy crouch channels, right? My summer wardrobe, right? I'm going to put it out there, and we'll just let them decide.
People are still dying to see your suede boots.
Right,
we disappointed a lot of our listeners that you didn't get them, but you couldn't have worn them because I love them boots.
What I'll do, right? Straight after this, right? I'm going to put on my summer outfits, and I'm going to put the boots, and we'll put them on the socials, right? And just say yes or no. I'm pretty sure.
Hi, Jimmy.
It's going to blow the chick's mind.
Oh, shush.
Well, I reckon we should just fire into the weekly wine. You got anything?
No.
Should we just think of one?
You wrote something down last night on your phone?
No, I think maybe your lack of sporting knowledge is probably my wine. And I know you've always been like this, but it's getting beyond belief. Like, for instance, the kids' football team the other day, right? It's the local area first, like the name. We'll call it, say, Salford, right? Yeah. Salford Royals, right? So she said, "If you sign them up for that team, Pete," and I said, "What team?" And she went, "Casino Royales." I said, "Pardon?" She went, "Casino Royales. Have you signed them up?"
You might think I've
the
got
hell.
You might think I've got zero knowledge of sport. And I haven't, but I'm the only one in this family who. This is my wine. I've actually got my wine now.
Oh, I thought you might.
You've teed me off.
Even that teed me off. Like, what? You know what I mean? Teed me off.
What do you mean?
Is that a golf reference? You teed me off.
No, it's not. It was actually a very clever subconscious pun there. I did.
Right, okay.
What?
Teed me off.
Yeah, you teed me off my wine.
Okay, all right, fine.
Is that... No, teed me off nicely to
You
say
meant
my
to say
wine.
teed me up.
Oh, teed.
Is it like piss me off or
Oh, so would you say tee me up?
you tee me up, yeah.
Oh, I'd say tee me off.
Yeah, because that's exactly what my wine was. You have no clue
fuck you.
Teed me off. It's teed me up.
Teed me
You
up.
teed me up nicely.
Okay.
To bat out the park.
Okay, you teed me up nicely for my wine.
Okay. Third teed me off. Go with teed me off.
Okay, how many times do we want to say this? So, considering you were a professional athlete, you are so bad at anything regarding sports with our children. And I don't know if that's because of the upbringing you had with your own father, but me, getting Sophia in the swim club, just got her in the local netball team. What else?
Casino Royals.
Yeah, casino. I gave Pete a list of cricket clubs, tennis clubs, football clubs, all for the boys. Has he done one thing of them? No.
Yes, I have. I emailed Casino Royales, and that they haven't actually got back to me yet. I've booked a tennis coach for Sophia and the tennis for the boys.
You could see, like, even at the sports day today, like the same age as Johnny and Jack, you could see the kids whose dad have been putting effort in with them at home.
Listen to her.
With regards to sport, just like the technique.
The boys are 4 and 5.
They
it's
practice
about enjoyment.
Do you know when they practiced their sports day race this morning on the driveway before we went to sports day? That's the practice he put in.
No, I did.
It's
I did
just
a couple.
awful.
I just
It
don't
breaks
tell you
my
about
heart.
it. I talking about. I did loads of little
We've
running
got golf
races.
clubs in the box.
Yeah,
Jack's golf clubs.
Yeah,
You haven't
well,
even opened them.
the other day. I asked him if he wanted to go, and he said no.
Well, they shouldn't give them a choice.
You're a pushy mum. You know what I mean? You've got to let them enjoy it.
Sorry, I will not allow
You've got to
that
let the kids enjoy it. They've got to let them
Good, there's a leak
find their
there.
own way.
I will not tolerate being called a pushy mum because that's not it.
Listen,
Can you take that back, please?
I'll take that
Because that'll really offend me.
It's good to be. It's good to be pushy, and I will push them when they're ready, which they're not at the moment.
Okay, how are we going to resolve this?
Well, no. I just.
Would you like me to buy a copy of like 442?
Yeah, they just got to be into it, you know.
No,
It's
for
all-
me, for my football.
Oh, for your football knowledge.
For my sport knowledge.
No, because I like it and it entertains me. So keep it going.
You know, I actually when we went to Ascot last year, and Frankie Dettori was there, and he's our friend, and I was like, Frankie! I was like, what are you doing here? Pete was like, are you messing?
We're at Royal Ascot. Yeah. Frankie! Can't believe it. What are the chances? What are you up to?
Because I've never seen him like on a horse. I've only seen him like on the ground, like
Socially.
in a social circumstance. So it was just it threw me off a little bit. But yeah, I could get better. I could buy 442, like read up.
442.
But I'm quite good at a
I like
football
it.
question.
I absolutely love it. You bizarrely have a knowledge that you don't show in day-to-day life, that when you need to, you do have a bit of knowledge because it's in there somewhere because you must have heard it all your life.
Pulling out names like Tony Cotti and
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Go on, give us some more. Go on.
Carnu.
Carnu, right, massive. They're
I love
great-
Carnu.
Great shouts.
Can't think of any others.
Andy Bayor.
Antibio.
Andy Bayor.
Not Emmanuel Adebayor, it's Andy Bayor.
Ronaldo. Okay, so I can brush up my skills.
Yeah, no worries. And I will push the kids when the time is right.
It's not about pushing them. It's kind of we going back to the whole kids and the school thing, which I bore everyone with. But having like an inspiring teacher for a child, someone who makes the subject fun. They could be doing something that's the most boring thing on the planet. But if you've got like an incredible teacher, like the kids are just totally engaged and on board. So I think that, applies to sport as well. Like if you want to, if you just stop like playing some fun, just even simple things like throwing and catching a ball, developing the coordination, like these years are crucial for that. All your neurological pathways develop from like birth to now, like every day if you do stuff. It's so important, but I just can't do everything.
No, we definitely can't do the throwing ball kick and catching. Leave that to me, sweetheart.
Yeah, well, I don't care. I don't like balls.
Fucking say that again. Right, audience wines. Let's get into them.
Oh, let's cheers.
Yeah.
So can you promise me? Can you promise me this summer that you're gonna?
Yeah, babe, I'm on it. Honestly, promise
Promise
you that.
me?
Promise. So you got some big news this week.
So my best friend from forever, Holly, has asked me to be her maid of honor. I don't know if I kind of slightly prompted her after our podcast like a few weeks back, but I can't believe it. I literally cried and cried. You know, Holly's one of those friends. Like, she's been in my life since I was like, you know, a child, a baby, and you know, even though I don't see her like every day because she still lives in Liverpool, you know, she's like the ride or die. Do you know what I mean?
Ride or die.
Bad boys for life. Bad girls for life.
Because girls is players too. I love that song.
But you know what they say? It's always like always the bridesmaid, never the bride. You've been the bride and never the bridesmaid.
Yeah.
The exact opposite, and you've always wanted to be a bridesmaid. So here's your chance, maid of honor.
Because only one of my friends is married. All the others aren't. It's only Kaz who's married.
You got the right idea.
No ball and chain on that bitch.
There's only a couple of lunatics married into that group.
No, but I think it's, you know, it's friends are so important, aren't they? You know, Holly is my best friend. I don't see her every day, but she's, you know, there for me through thick and thin. You know, I trust her with my life. You know that person.
Yeah, of course. Well, listen, we're talking about friendship groups today. You know, what they represent. Also, when you're a couple as well, you end up with couple groups. And that can be difficult to navigate, I think. Because sometimes, you know, you might have a boring wife, but I really get on with the fella.
Well, that
happens a lot.
That's common.
I'd say 90% of the time the fella's brilliant.
Yeah. Although my girlfriends have got great fellas.
Yeah, but your girlfriends are fun, like, as
Yeah,
well.
because they're my friends.
Yeah, and you're fun. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I think our package is quite good. I'd like to be our mates. You know, and Ross and Rachel in Friends, was it them two? We were like, why don't they want to be our mates? And it was Chandler and Monica. Chandler and Monica, do you remember that?
Yeah, but
and they were
Monica's
like, why? We had so much fun. Like, why?
Monica is a pain in the ass. And fucking Chandler is about as funny as...
Oh, he's quite funny. He's
Got
funny,
some lines.
to be
He's
fair.
got some lines.
But he's not a real person, to be fair. But like...
I'd love to be our friends.
We're great. I reckon we could hold our own in most company, I'd say. I'd like to think so.
Yeah, 100%. The only time I feel... I'll say, you know, that's actually not true. I was just about to say the only time I feel like a bit more out my depth is if you know, like someone who's super, super duper duper posh, but then loads of my friends are super duper 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 posh and you know, posh accent.
Yeah, but...
We're a friend couple of ours. They're, you know, they're great fun, the man and the woman. But she's so posh. And people keep mistaking her for me. So when we were in Glastonbury, some girl went over to her and was like, Abby, I made your wedding dress. And she was like, which one were you? Dolce or Gabbana? Because you look like neither. And I was like, just absolutely killed the poor girl. She was like, but I was like, it's not me.
Yeah.
She still didn't make me wedding dress anyway. I don't know what she was banging on about, but you know,
a long weekend.
it's a lot. Yeah, it's so vital having a good. Like, I think we've got our group down, don't you?
Yeah.
Got a couple of singletons in our group as well. Like, how do you feel about singletons in a group?
Well, I suppose they want different things for a night out, don't they? Really, like we'll be comfortable sitting down, and they're like maybe
On the prowl.
Because if you're happy and you're settled, like you don't. Well, let's go.
If you're happy and you settle, clap your hands. If you're happy and you settle, clap your hands. couples.
Oh God.
No, but there's loads of couples who we go out with who aren't happy and settled.
Well, no, they're settled, but they're not happy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, when do you cut ties in that situation? Like, obviously, this is a
With your
couples
partner
therapy.
or your...
Well, with your partner, like obviously you're married, you've got kids. Like, do you settle for forever? You know, with a person that you potentially...
No, but there's a lot of people who split up later on in life, and I didn't quite get that. I'd be like, why would you get divorced at 60? You've done 30 years together.
For the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also,
Kids.
you know,
Yeah.
exactly right. You got that. You're together with the kids, and then you obviously the kids grow up, move out, and then you're together full time. A lot of the time, that's a no go.
I've only got 12 years, 23 years to go.
No. I've worked it out. We got 15. They'll be out. Jack will be out. What? 20 odd.
20?
You can get divorced then.
Well, he's going to be 20 in 16 years.
That's what I said. 16 years, 15, 16 years. And then what about when they split up? Like, because what if we've got like a really good, we're friends with both. Is it disloyal to speak to one of them? And
Yeah, I think you have to stay on the side of the OG. Is it the OG?
own goal?
Does that stand for original?
Original gangster.
Oh, not the original gangster.
Fucking
No,
hell.
let-
Who's having a midlife crisis now?
I think you have to go on the side of the first friend.
But what if they're the one who's wronged the other person? Do you know what I mean?
Still,
They've been a
back
dirty
that bitch
dog.
up.
Back that bitch.
Yeah. But what if it's the fella?
Fuck him off.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, like if you had a friend who cheated on his wife and we liked both of them, I'd be like, stay away from him.
And then could I not be mates with him anymore?
No, because he's a dirty, cheating filth bag.
Oh, but that's nothing to do with me, is it?
Birds of a
Or
feather.
you? No, but you know what I mean. Like if something bad happens between them, and he's like, oh,
Okay, so if Kaz and Tommy split up, would we be able to both be both friends?
100%, I'll be friends with both of them, and you would.
I wouldn't. If Kaz didn't like Tommy, I wouldn't like Tommy either.
What, you're just going to back her up to the death?
I'd have to, but I love Tommy so much. Like he's literally one of my best
You
friends.
couldn't do that to him.
It depends on how tight the friends are.
All depends on the circumstances, I think.
What about if there's you've got a couple in your group that you don't really like either of them, and they split up? Would you use the whole "I can't speak to you" because he doesn't like?
It's just a great opportunity
And
to
then you
pie them
actually,
both.
yeah.
Yeah, totally. You just go, you just,
She's put the thumb screws on me. Sorry, mate. You can't hang around together.
I'm sorry, mate. Boring as sin.
Pete's got this friend, and he was so boring. They nicknamed him Paint Dry.
It's a pretty self-explanatory nickname.
But over the years, it evolved this name, and he's now called P Diddy.
Yeah. Well, he was paint dry, then he was PD, and then he was P Diddy, and then he was just Diddy, right? And now people think it's quite a cool nickname. You know what I mean? He's just Diddy, and he's like, why is that? Like, it's in Puff Daddy and that. Like gangster. No, it's because he's so boring. Hey, he's originally called Paint Dry.
And, that's so ironic because, P Diddy is the opposite of boring.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I love
He's
P.
probably
Diddy.
made up with that, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. It's not a bad
I should
nickname.
call me
Diddy.
P.
Diddy. The Diddy man. More money, more problems.
Can you believe Ross didn't know who Mace was?
Yeah, it's different
Still
times,
don't
isn't it?
Maces.
Mace? We're having this conversation. P Diddy and Mace.
That was a good era, that.
No.
Good era.
How can you not
Biggie.
know who Mace was?
Good era.
Biggie Diddy Mace. Little Kim.
Little Kim. Didn't she go to prison?
Don't know.
Sure she did.
I thought she died.
Something tragic happened.
God.
I hope you're all right, Kim.
Why do you think our friendship groups work? Like the dynamics. I think everyone in our group is a huge character, aren't they? There's no one who's...
Now, we've been out before, right? And I can look at you, and I'm having a great time with the fella, and I can look at you and I can see you're like, don't leave me here. That's a problem. And I think that's quite a big problem for a lot of couples. It's like, I know he's your mate, but Christ, don't leave me with her again.
What's worse is, there's some people who are boring and quiet, but boring and talkative
Oh yeah.
is
Oh, is that worse?
is hell.
That's-
A talkative, boring person is the worst.
How do you navigate a boring person, right? Because I know, on a night out, especially because we don't go out like as much as we'd like because you've got kids.
Yeah.
Your nights out are fucking important.
We're not wasting it with some
You can't waste it with
biatches.
someone. You can't waste it. You can't waste that night with someone who's gonna bore you.
No,
So, and it's a cutthroat business. These nights out, aren't they? No,
these friends. But we haven't got any boring mates.
no. I know no, we haven't. No, but like there are times where you go out and you might not be, might be at something different on our friends, and you. What about when you sit and everyone goes boy girl?
Oh no, I hate that.
When you have to go boy girl, right? And then you end up just talking over each other, and
No, I think people only do that boy girl thing when they don't kind of really know each other.
what is
Like
it?
weddings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
let's
it's
all
with
go for a
family,
meal
or
and
do you
sit
want to
boy
meet?
girl. Like,
Yeah.
Straight away. I think when you sit next to someone at a wedding, and you think, I've got Uncle Knobhead.
how Uncle Knobhead?
I've got Uncle Knobhead here.
How do you? What do you think is a giveaway clue for a boring person?
The thing is I've got lots of friends who aren't the most loud, which is great. Sometimes they can still be really funny and quiet. You don't have to
Like
be
me.
like,
Yeah, I like the sniper. They just have like those one
Yeah.
shots. and
That's
they're
like me,
fucking
isn't it?
yeah. But like you say,
No?
no, you're incredibly loud.
Am I? No, I'm
brash.
no. Can I just say, one of our really good couple friends, Jenny and Phil. We were playing this game like describe each other in 3. You all right there, John?
I know, yeah.
Sorry, just for context, one of our producers has put his hands down his trousers. He's playing with his balls.
The old scratch and sniff there.
Yock 'em low. Excuse me.
So a couple of our friends, Jenny and Phil, we were playing this game, and it was like describe you in 3 words, and Phil's like the loveliest. How funny is Phil?
Yeah, he's very
and Jenny,
funny. Yeah,
bloody
lovely.
loves them, do you? And he described me as funny, loyal, and brash.
And it just blew my mind because I googled brash.
Yeah.
And I'll do it for you right now. It
the
just sums up Ab really in a few words.
But the thing is, I'm only brash with people I know. Like a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm very shy.
Oh yeah.
Like, in
you're a
real
total
life.
wallflower.
In real life, like with people I don't know. So like that kind of boy girl situation where you sit round a table and you have to sit next to someone you don't know. I get the biggest anxiety because I just don't know what to say to people. Like, especially if they're kind of hard work, trying to, if they're giving it and I can reply, that's fine. But if I have to kind of be the instigator of the conversation, I just completely melt.
You find small talk hard.
Very hard.
Maybe it's because you're brash. And I've googled it now. It's self-assertive in a rude, noisy, or overbearing way. The key part of that, I think, is overbearing.
Yeah, but if you can't be brash with your own group of mates, there's no point in being alive.
Oh, it really tickled me, that one.
Balls on Phil to say that to you.
And do you know what? I've never really let that one go.
He meant brash in a good way, though.
Yeah.
Brash is great. It's bold. You don't want to be fucking grey.
Don't want to be grey.
No. Vanilla. Imagine he's lovely. He's so vanilla.
You know what? People say that a lot about me. The best ones.
About you?
No, just in people in general. You go like, what's he like? He's harmless.
Harmless.
That's a fucking
Harmless is the worst.
He's harmless.
Harmless.
I think what I'd take from harmless is boring, pretty genuine and nice.
Zero wit.
But just you don't want to be stuck in a lift with them. Would you want to be stuck in a lift with someone so brash and overbearing?
No.
It's probably why you compliment each other quite well. Balance each other out.
It's a fair comment.
You're harmless and I'm brash.
Well, yeah, probably.
I don't
I wouldn't call me harmless though. I don't think anyone would say he's harmless. I think
yeah.
what like people think I'm boring. Like
No, but no.
harmless.
Literally harmless.
You're not harmful, are you?
Well, I'm not harmful. No.
No, people I think have described you as harmless.
Yeah. Are you,
Gormless. He's harmless, gormless.
Getting somewhere now.
Nice.
Gormless, I have been described as, yeah. Gormless, I take.
Gorgeous.
You can't have
Gorgeous. I say gorgeous. Harmless, gorgeous, and hung like a friggin' donkey. No, I'm joking.
No, I'm joking.
I'm joking.
He's harmless
Thanks,
and He's harmless and harmless. No,
If you're going on a night out, right?
perfect group
Who are
for
you
me.
taking? Not people that we know, just characters.
I'm not going to name them.
No, not necessarily real people. I'm talking about like.
No, I am going to talk about real people because that's genuine then.
Well, that's not
What?
the way I think we should do
You
it.
just were very assertive when you said that.
Did I?
Quite brash in some ways.
No, I think, because I literally genuinely believe that our friendship group is the best. The
Well, I
best
think everyone
dynamic.
would say that though, wouldn't they?
No, I know. So I'm talking about our one.
Okay.
What do you think of vital for a good group?
Well, I think you have like the, probably a bit mad one, don't you? Like who's a bit crazy, a bit out there that makes everyone laugh. You have someone maybe a little bit quieter, but maybe a bit witty. You have we describe as background boy, someone who's really nice and often is in the background of a lot of the pictures. But you need one of those just to steady the ship. Things get crazy.
Steady the shit.
You need someone just to go, I think we should rein it in a bit now.
But I think all of our friends have all of those qualities at various points of the night. Do you know what I mean?
Do you need a boring one?
No.
You don't need it.
I
But
think
you tolerate it if they're good and kind and been there from the start.
sometimes you have to tolerate a boring one.
Do you? That's the thing.
If they're like, someone's boyfriend or girlfriend, they're not like the original in the group.
The OG.
The OG, yeah.
Does that unsettle a group sometimes? If you've got a really strong, close-knit and someone gets a boring girlfriend or boyfriend and they bring him in.
Sabotage.
Boring's better. Boring and nice is better than brash and cocky and...
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? You'd rather them be nice.
I think
Just don't get in the way.
For me, it's vital to always have someone who thinks exactly the same as me and is always on my wavelength.
Yeah.
Always on my
Someone who will always
side, you're
agree
about to say there.
No, I wasn't.
You, all my
that's-
friends are just always on my side.
No, shut up.
That's what you were about to say.
I was about to say wavelength.
Wavelength.
I was going to say on my same vibe, but I thought wavelength sounded better.
Okay.
Yeah, so like Alfie, for example, we like kind of think the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And we could be like mad together, then a bit quieter together, and then look after each other and then say, come on, let's go home.
But girls are very different to boys in regards to friendships, aren't you? You speak on a regular basis. You speak to your friends a lot more than I would, but nothing would really change. And it's the age-old thing of saying that when a fella goes to, meet his mates or whatever, he quite often comes back with no actual information about his life at all, but has had the best time ever. Whereas you'll come back with a hell of a lot of info. If you haven't
Can you
seen
believe
your friend.
Shirley?
Can you believe she's seeing him? And I suppose that one where you come back and you go like, oh, how's his wife? And you go, I have no idea.
Yeah, but you
I
wouldn't
didn't
ask
ask
your
her.
mate how his wife is.
I know.
There's just no way on earth you would.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's what I mean. You wouldn't.
But why would...
You should, yeah. I don't know.
So is that admitting
I
that you
think
don't...
sometimes you do.
Is that admitting that you just like not into his wife? You couldn't care less?
Oh, no. Not at all. That's not in
But I
slightest.
feel like if something big was to happen with regards to his wife, he would tell you that information. Do you know what I mean?
No, but just asking about someone's general well-being is surely something that you do.
I don't think it's not top of the agenda. Like when you walk in there. But it should, maybe it should be. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it should be. Well, I'll come home and not know pretty much anything.
But if you
about
saw
their life.
Kaz, you'd be going, how's Tommy? Or if you saw Stacey, you'd go, how's Jason? That'd be the first thing you'd say.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just ignore him. But if you saw any of your friends, you wouldn't be like, how's such and such, how's such and such.
I do think that's probably a kind of boys thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but just... Whereas I watch you and I'm flabbergasted by it.
Says you. We were watching
Every
Suits
night.
last night and I was like, oh, I like her top. And Pete was like, no, I don't like it from the back. It's got like this big ribbon at the back. And I was like, oh, he was like, yeah, I was thinking that. But no, I don't like the back of it. Like, you are like so like female when you want to be.
Because you're so brash in an overbearing manner. Like, obviously, I am turning into you sometimes. So I'm sitting there watching it, right? And she goes, oh, what do you think of him? And I find myself saying, I remember I said, "Oh, I don't like that greasy look on my men."
No, he was
that
like, he's
quote?
not my type.
I said, "Not for me. Don't like that greasy look." And then I literally said it, and I wanted to take the words back. I was going, "What have I just said?
I know.
What on earth was that?"
I think I need to go to the pub. Look.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, nah, this is not for me. I'm going to golf tomorrow. Like, sometimes you can just get caught up in it all. Like, we're sitting there watching Kardashians or something, and you just slip
love it
into
though.
this- You
You just like
this,
looking at the houses.
No, but what I'm saying is, you slip into this kind of thing.
I
Don't
just
you?
love watching the Kardashians. You see the houses and the cars and stuff.
Look at the house on it.
Look at the house on her.
Is that your thing then, is it?
No, not at all. I would never do that. But I'm just saying, like, you do find yourself.
What do you mean you'd never do that?
Do what? Appreciate the
Did you hear
houses.
that?
Appreciate the
No, I
houses.
said, is that your thing then, Kardashians?
No, it's not my thing. No, it's your thing. Well, I watch along with you.
He's pretending he doesn't get what I'm asking him. Do you know that's what men do?
That's
That's a natural thing.
What they do.
Girls out there, this is a thing that men do. Like if you pull them up on something, they pretend that they don't understand the question or the accusation.
Mm-hmm. It's
It's
called gaslighting.
It's called a male tactic, which is so obvious.
All the
So carry
tactics
on.
that we've got, we think are fucking amazing, really clever. They all know. It's like that one where you go out and you say, like, wait, you know, when you come out, you say, what's it like? Nah, dead in here. Why did you come back at 3 a.m. then? Oh, I wish I had gone. So boring. I had a shit night. They all know.
Fifth thought. What about group holidays? What are your thoughts on that? Couples holidays?
Love.
Yeah, you need a good group for a couple's holiday
Mm-hmm.
because it can go wrong, can't it? If you live in each other's pockets. Like every morning, like, oh, for God's sake, like, I was going to speak to them again.
And you're literally stuck with them for 7 days.
Yeah.
It's hard because obviously you have in life, I think you have, well, we hang around with our family a lot. So it's like kind of family. It's like a spiral of like us, family, the closest friends, then friends that we still love but don't see as often, and then like still friends, and it gets bigger and bigger. So they kind of,
Yeah.
I don't think the ones on the edge of the spiral would come on holiday, but the ones towards kind of halfway to middle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like that analogy?
Yeah, I like that.
You've got so many friends who you still love, but it's kind of the ones that are closer to the nucleus, the family core, are ones that don't get on your nerves when you go on holiday.
What's
with them
good
and
about
stuff.
that, I suppose, with the family kind of thing, getting on with your family maybe, and having a good time, taking them away or being away with them, is that you can say whatever you want to them without. Do you know what I mean? Like if
Fuck off!
if someone was pissing you off, you just say you're pissing me off.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes people on the outside of that group a little bit, you wouldn't want to say that to them, so you would find yourself getting more annoyed, and things would fester.
Yeah,
And then it ends up being a big round. You'd never go on holiday with them again.
yeah. But I think, you know, as far as we're talking, we could go away with all our friends.
Mm.
You know, I think as you get older as well, your group gets smaller. Those kind of ones on the periphery kind of go after so many years, you know, as you get, you know, more commitments at home with kids and family life and school and da-da-da-da.
What annoys me is that I'm so shit as a friend. I'm useless, right? And I think most of my group's pretty bad at this, but we're trying to get better. Because I've got a core group of
By
friends.
trying to get better, he means golf trip.
Yeah, but you know, it's the only time we really get
It's
to
not
see
happening.
each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Like, I have to try and organise a barbecue or something because a lot of them live like all over the country, and you know, trying to get to see them all at once is so difficult. So then you've got to try and see one or
Yeah, but
two.
it's not just your responsibility.
They're mates from school, you know, like
They're
I'm a
just
good
as bad
pal.
as you.
Yeah. No, yeah, but I'm probably recently, because I've been busy and stuff, and we've got 4 kids.
Yeah.
I have been worse than I've been the worst one.
No,
And
but I
hate-
say to
hate
your
that
friends
fact.
all the time, come over for a barbecue, do this, do that. Because Pete's friends are great from school. And I'm so lucky to have friends like his because, you know, it is a big group.
Yeah.
And like, you know, when we got together, like they've always been great with me and I love them. But they're all shit. They're all crap at organising anything.
If I didn't have WhatsApp groups, I wouldn't know what they're doing ever, because if I picked up the phone to call Greg or Ed or Pop, or whatever, they would all think that something really bad happened. They'd automatically go, "Oh my God, what's happened?" Like they think the worst.
Oh my God, I spend hours a day on the phone to my friends.
Hours, like it's hours. Like I'm not joking. I'll watch the telly and it's 2.5 hours, is it? Per night?
I know, but most of my best friends don't live near. So we have to have our daily catch up, our daily grind.
It's unreal. It's just obviously just not how I operate.
But
what about kicking people out of WhatsApp groups? Or would you just create a new one?
What about
It's a standard. Set up a new one, isn't it? Without personally everyone in it.
So.
But sometimes I put messages in the wrong group.
Yeah.
That must happen regularly.
That's awful.
Well, you did it in my golf group, didn't you? When you put your bikini in my golf lads group. I don't know if that was meant or what. You know what? Honestly, she put this thing. She
Just letting them know how lucky you are.
So I got a load of messages, right? Because I didn't have my phone, and you sent it off my phone.
I was texting Kaz off Pete's phone because my phone's died, and she bought me this bikini. So I was sending her a picture of me in the bikini on the beach. Like it was like a joke when I was like that on the beach, whatever. But I just typed in like CA, and it must have come up as one of your groups. It must have had a CA in the thing, and I just pressed it to the first one. I didn't even, but none of us knew that we'd sent it to the wrong group, and then you just kept getting like
flurry of messages. And then obviously I deleted it, and then loads of them underneath were, "Don't worry, it's been screenshot." One of them said I've laminated it and put it on my bedroom wall.
Remember when you sexted my mum?
Oh, what?
By mistake?
By mistake.
You can't even be bothered to sex me anymore. I just get a beaver and an aubergine.
Well, you've stopped as well.
I used to love them dick pics. Modern day dick pic is just a beaver and an aubergine.
Women can't enjoy those, can they?
No, they absolutely don't.
They not?
No.
Men think they do, though.
No, they absolutely don't. It's horrifying and disgusting. There's just no way. There's no way a woman on earth has ever looked at a penis and gone, "Oh, that's so nice."
What a shame.
Just never.
What a shame. Oh, dear.
Why would they though?
I know.
Floppy sausage.
It wouldn't be floppy if you sending it, would it?
Well, no idea. Never had one. Actually, never have had one.
You have.
Have I?
No, I'll send you the picture of the bank card.
Oh yeah, Pete does.
Standard gag, that one.
Pete has this terrible gag that he always does to me. Like, so if I'm like, I need to pay for something online, I'm like, "Can you send me a picture of your bank card?" He just like balances the bank card on his penis and then sends me the picture.
The shops. Is that all right though?
Do you know what?
No, but I
A couple of times I've done it like
cleaner.
slyly so you don't know. It's like just in the corner.
Just to
and I just you see the bank card.
See like the thumbnail, and then you're like, "What is that in the background? What's that little pink mushroom in the background?"
So now I'm looking after the fellas here. Just for reference, just send it with if they are ever after the bank card, just slide it in the.
No doubt.
When I do it, when I'm taking the picture, I am crying with laughter, like at the thought of my own gag.
I'm crying when I see it. Like I was being horrified. I've sent it on to people though.
You have once. I remember you said that. Yeah.
Like I think it was to get like someone from one of the shopping outlets I shop on. It's like, "Sorry, your bank card's not working. Can you send me a picture of another one?" And I'll send.
You didn't actually send it. I remember you said you were gonna close to it, and you saw it.
Close to sending Pete's helmet with a serial number on it.
One of our favourite gags, that one. Anyway, enjoyed that friends chat.
I love our friends. They're all great.
Friends are important.
You know, our friends are like a huge part of our life and make a huge impact. And
Huge part of everyone's life. I think it's the core of who you are.
I think so. And do you know what I love? You know, when we go out with our friends and like we meet, you know, other friends who are our friends but not our friendship group friends, they always text us and go like, what an amazing group of friends you've got there. Like, everyone's amazing. Don't they?
Yeah, that's good news, isn't it?
They say, what's that saying they say? You can tell a lot by someone through their friends.
With the company they keep.
Something like that.
Profound. Do you know what? Let's get into our favourite part of the Agony Ab. Oh, here's one. Dear Agony Ab, so one of my best friends has told her boyfriend he can't talk to me on our big family group holiday.
Why?
I don't know why. Nothing untoward has ever happened and obviously never would. We all have kids and partners. I don't understand the issue. It makes me not want to go. I'm good friends with all my other friends' partners, and they are, and she is, with mine. I can't say anything as she'll know who's told me.
Oh, so someone's told her on the sly then?
Yeah.
Maybe he told her and there is something going on?
So the boyfriend can't talk to one of her girl mates. So if you came to me and said,
don't you dare talk to
don't
guys.
you dare talk.
She's obviously feels threatened by this.
Obviously, yeah, but maybe there's been some, you know, kind of chemistry that she's noticed in the past and she wants to nip that in the bud straight away.
You can't nip chemistry.
You can't.
You can't?
Yeah, but sometimes surely you do have to.
What are you laughing at?
If there's chemistry though, like, you can't just, like, you have to nip it in the bud, don't you?
You can't?
But you can't. So what you're saying, if there's chemistry, if we're out together and there's chemistry of you and another fella, you can't nip it, you're gone.
No, I don't mean it like
Can't nip
that.
that, gone. Chemistry here, can't nip it, see you later.
No, I was thinking more the opposite. I was thinking
I was saying, is if you're out and there's chemistry,
no.
you of course
Well, have
you
you
nip
ever
it.
had chemistry with someone
No,
else?
I'm not, but like I was saying, if there is, like, of course you have to nip it in the
Yeah,
bud.
but I don't think there ever has been.
No, there
Chemistry?
hasn't. I
was
agree.
thinking about the other way around. I'm like, me and you have got chemistry, so you couldn't nip that in the bud.
Yeah, but we're also together. What I'm saying is, if there's chemistry, this is not me, by the way. This
So
is
you must have had chemistry with
haven't had
someone
chemistry. I've not had chemistry.
Who the
with
fuck have you had chemistry with in our group?
Last time I had chemistry, I was in Mr. Burns' class in science.
You've definitely had chemistry with
I haven't had chemistry. I'm not. This is someone else. This is an Agony app, but we're trying to help.
Well, all the girls in our group are ugly and boring, so you definitely
She's going through the group. She's going through the group.
You definitely haven't had any chemistry with our group. Your sister, boring, complete hound. Kaz, total munter. Also, no banter.
Oh God, I'm not equating it to our relationship. I'm just saying that if you thought there was chemistry though in the group, right, you would say you go fucking near her on this trip. That's us done. That's something you would say.
You'd say it to me as well.
100%, I would say it.
Don't be making out like it's me. It's like,
No, but like, imagine someone started flirting with the other person. That's not you. That's not on you guys, is it? But if they're outwardly flirting with you and go, I don't like that, nip it in the bud. Do you know what I mean? Don't talk to them for the rest of the holiday. That's not on you, is it? That's on that person for flirting with you.
Yeah, but that's quite impossible not to talk to someone on holiday, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
But what she's saying, I don't think she's saying don't talk to him. It's just be civil, but you know, no like.
Thank you.
No fun, you know, no like flirting.
So do you think the girl's the flirt, or she's worried that her husband fancies?
I think she's probably worried that her husband maybe fancies this girl. But it's probably in her own head, but...
Obviously,
No,
being a woman.
it probably is. She's probably made up this scenario, yeah?
She's pretty
Probably.
bored.
Yeah.
Yeah. They love a bit of drama. You love a bit of drama as
I
well.
just fucking...
Love a bit of drama, don't you? I do think it's a difficult one, that one. But like, I think he's just got to be aware of the fact that she's
But you know, it's
put onto him.
it's a risk you take, isn't it? Going, you know, big groups, loads of different men and women.
Chemicals everywhere.
It's a hazard. It's a rare chemical hazard waiting to happen.
Chemicals. What's the one that makes the big explosion?
No one light a match.
Fireworks.
What is that? Nitrogen? Little bit of A-star wisdom coming out there.
Actually, oxygen.
Huh?
Oxygen and nitrogen.
Oxygen relates to glowing spill. Did you know that?
Oxygen relates to what?
Glowing spill. Spill? Oxygen relates to glowing spill.
I don't know what the hell's a glowing spill.
Like if you've got like a little piece of wood with a little bit of glow on.
What the fuck's glow?
Fuck me. So we're
Like a little bit of fire. A little bit of fire, that's not a full flame.
Yeah.
So we're learning as well as enjoying
Is it spill?
and helping.
It is spill. I remember that. It's one of them sayings that I took away from school.
Well, glad you did. All right. Well, that was another episode of the Therapy Crouch. I've enjoyed it again. I'm sure you have.
You can't say that every week. I've enjoyed it
I
again.
did enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it last week. I enjoyed this week.
You didn't enjoy last week, the week before when you were dying from Gloucester. Okay, that's all, folks. Smile you later.
Tune in next time.